Hi, this is Tim Fargo, and welcome to Social Media Success Series number 8. Today, we're going to talk about targeted posts, and that's actually in the context of social jukebox. But the other way you could look at it if you're doing this without using the tool is to just think about that when you come out with new content, whether you created it or curated it, when you have something new that you're sharing with your audience, when you first present it, you may want to present it more often. Okay, so I'm going to just show you an example of something like that I used, and how you can use this to help sort of further the building of your audience and the building of yourself as an influencer. All right, so here we have, you'll see in the second post, check out my friend John Lee Dumas's awesome idea. John, who runs a podcast called Entrepreneur on Fire, came out with a thing called the Mastery Journal, which I helped promote. But it was a sort of limited time promotion, right? Because he did like a Kickstarter thing on this, and he wanted assistance for a given amount of time. So now this post is in draft mode, but let's take a look here. Okay, so here's the post, and it started on January 23rd of this year, right, at 6:30 a.m. And then what I did is I scheduled it to end on the 31st, because that was sort of his drop dead date when he said, okay, I want to really push this thing for a week, and then that should do it. So that was fine with me. I loaded the content as you see it here, and then I shared it. Now, this is one way of doing it, and this is like a limited scale promotion, and when it's done, it's done. Forget about it. I mean, the best thing for me to do with this post now, because I'm not going to ever use it again, is I can just delete it. But I'm saving it here for the purpose of illustration. There's also the possibility that, let's say, for instance, this was a blog post that I had been promoting. Then I might want to come down here and say, okay, I'm going to transfer this. Instead of having an end date up here, I might have a transfer date. And then what I would do is I would get rid of the end date, and I would have it switch over to this jukebox, as you see it below here. So it'd go to my specialty content starting, well, it wouldn't start, I mean, it would just happen. And it would go at 1 a.m. Why do you do that? You've got this blog post, right? You came out with it. You really shared it heavily for a week or 2 weeks, whatever your kind of designated amount of sharing would be. I wouldn't recommend more than, say, 2 to 3 times a day, a week, 2 at the max. And then after that, it just starts to get a little old. Then you're going to put it into a rotation of your other similar content. So if you've got a jukebox filled with blog posts, you can automatically take it out of the heavy rotation and then just kind of put it into your back catalog and share that more on a going forward basis. Okay, so that's what I mean when I talk about using targeted things and pushing something as a promotion for a limited time and then backing off. So you can do one is just limited time only and then it's done. The other is going to pump it really hard and then I'm going to back off and just share it on a little bit more sporadic basis. Okay, so that's that for this week. In episode 9, I'm going to get into, and this is going to be directly related to the jukebox, I'm going to talk about using the library. And I'm going to talk about using the library in 2 contexts. One is just downloading content from it yourself, taking jukeboxes from the library, plugging them into your system, and then sharing them. Okay, because there's some great content there, and all you got to do is plug it in and let it run. The second thing is you can, if you're a paid user, be authorized to upload your own content and get a little more traction and notoriety among both your fellow jukeboxers and then all the people they share that content with by uploading your own content to the library. So your homework is to think about what kind of content you have that would be great for a larger audience, the social jukebox audience, to load into their own systems and share and help you get your message out. All right, because if you can come up with some great ideas and you send me an email on it, I'll be more than happy to get you in that library. If you want to reach me, it's always tim@socialjukebox.com. I appreciate you guys listening. If you have any questions, email me. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next episode. All right? Thanks.